Good morning. Welcome to Bazaar Morning Call from the CNBC-TV18 Big Cash Studio. I'm Lata Venkatesh, and with me are Sonia and Surabhi. Well, the best part of this morning is that in a few hours, in 12 hours, we are going to start a long weekend. But at the moment, of course, the global markets are not really giving us a cheerful start to the impending long weekend. It's a risk-off mood. And you know, after the market is in a risk-off mode, you can look for worries. Sometimes the worry is inflation, sometimes the worry is growth, but the markets have decided to sulk. That's very clear, and the current worry is lower housing starts in the US because of supply disruptions. Now, actually, that has its advantages for a country like India because that's also brought crude down by about 2%. It's the risk-off sentiment, but again, you will look for reasons, and they would be that the OPEC and the IEA think that both demand will be lower than expected, and therefore there will be oversupply issues. The problem for India is why this will not be an advantage is it is coming for the wrong reasons. It is coming because of risk-off. So we may not be able to take advantage of it. And in any case, India is the underperforming country for the month of November. In fact, the mid-caps that were outperforming this week have lost a little bit of that outperformance. So chances are that with the weekend coming, even a brave bull will want to be cautious, because you never know in 3 days what news may break. And then, of course, there is the Paytm IPO, which
That's
also
going to be the big one.
Yeah, I mean, it's also kind of a weathercock of the market's mood.
Yeah.
Hi, Lata. Morning, Surbi. You know, you've started celebrating the weekend today. We started from the start of the week. From the start, that was our biggest cue from the start of the week, that we have 3 days of holiday coming up. But anyway, jokes aside, the market has been trembling a bit the last few days, and the SGX Nifty as well now is indicating that the start will be in the red. A couple of quick pointers. Second day running that the Nifty closed at the lowest point. So day before yesterday, we had the Nifty fall 145 points from the top. About 170 points from the top, and yesterday the Nifty, as you can see, fell about 140 points from the top or so. So second day running that the Nifty closed at the low point. The US markets are also weak, so we have weak global cues. Dow down about 200 points, Asia as well in the red. Hong Kong is down. I think the last time I checked it was down 300 points. So keep that on your radar. Both foreign and domestic investors sold in the cash markets yesterday. So FI sold about 340 crores, DIS sold 60 crores. The important level to watch perhaps is the 20-day moving average, which is at 17,831, which is very close to where we are at currently. So just keep that on your radar. And the Paytm listing, now everyone knows it's going to be a tepid debut today. Couple of reasons there, as we know, rich valuations, losses for the company. More than 50% of the issue is a pure OFS. And, you know, it got a very tepid subscription as well. So no surprises if it lists poorly today. But Surbi, morning, what are you watching for?
Well, a lot of this risk-off sentiment, Sonia, as Lata mentioned, obviously inflation is the biggest sort of worry point right now. And we had by the way, UK numbers, much smaller country, so we don't talk about it as much. But in any case, it's just an example of how this is a global phenomenon, not limited to a geography. The CPI numbers out of UK, this is October CPI. Again, they were higher than September. They were higher than the estimate. So that's one worry for sure. The other worry, as I've been looking at a lot of the news flow around the world, is COVID. And that COVID reality in Europe isn't going away. In fact, the WHO is now saying that it's not just rising cases, it's also higher deaths. The highest anywhere in any geography in the world. The deaths are coming in from Europe, from that continent, and that's obviously not good news. In fact, Germany's 7-day average of new cases, that's at the highest level since the start of the pandemic. 67% rise in deaths in Norway last week. 38% rise in Slovakia. Obviously, these are countries with smaller sort of numbers, absolute numbers, so the percentages are quite big. Austria has imposed a lockdown once again for those who are not fully vaccinated. In UK, Boris Johnson's talking about how you need a booster shot, a third booster, to be fully vaccinated. France is imposing entry restrictions. So all of this put together means that there's perhaps is going to be some disruption of normal life and the resumption of economic activity. And therefore, that's my question, Lata and Sonia, that whether markets in India and perhaps even around the world are getting in that risk-off mode, taking the foot off the pedal to price in this reality, however big or small this wave might be. The question is whether it's going to be time correction or price correction, or maybe both.
No, I agree with you that, these are important worries, but they have been there. You know, these kinds of ugly numbers came in. Serially, they have been coming from parts of Asia, Singapore, Australia. It's kind of a round robin. At some country or the other has been giving us worrying news about COVID. I still believe that the markets ran up a lot and now they're looking for excuses. Those excuses were available earlier, but now probably also because it's hitting home. I mean, the US cases never really receded even when the markets were going, making daily tops, record highs. So it's more like the market has decided probably year-end profit taking, whatever the reasons, and they're looking for the best reason available. But the point you're making is very important. It's just that the COVID disruption is not over.
Absolutely, and it's just minor profit booking, right? I mean, if you look at it, 200 points gone in the Nifty in 2 days, but look at the rally that we've seen, 40-45% in the last 1 year. So I guess year-end people just want to take some profits and go home. But the SGX Nifty for now is not indicating anything alarming. It's down just about 11-12 points. Let's see how it goes. We are also heading into a long weekend, so people may not want to leave their positions open. On the equities front, Andrew Garthwaite gives us his view for the day. He says, he's from Credit Suisse, he says they forecast a total return of 11% by the end of the year based on their unchanged target for the MSCI AC World Index. The key supports are monetary conditions remain extremely loose, the equity risk premium remains elevated, and the stage of the cycle. Credit Suisse sees a bond, cash and debt for equity switch, while revenue estimates in 2022 appear too low.
Okay, then money market views. This one on the currency. Pramit Brahmapatra Veracity says strength in the dollar index and weakness in domestic equity market coupled with FI outflows will pressure the rupee. Trading range for spot dollar rupee seen at 74 to 74.50.
And on bonds, Dhaval Dalal of Edelweiss says bond yield prices exhibited resilience this week despite a spectre of higher global inflation and global bond yields. Stable crude oil prices and declining commodities may have contributed to lower inflation outlook ahead. RBI Governor's recent comments on the state of the economy also supported sentiment. He expects the 10-year bond yield to trade in a range of 630 to 640 in the near term. Actually, crude oil prices have dipped below that psychological handle of 80. I guess that's the silver lining.
All right, let's do one thing. Let's take a quick check on what's happening across the world. There has been pressure, especially in the US markets. Nigel is here with more. Nigel.
Well, the US markets ended in the red in yesterday's trading session, and from the Dow itself, there was one big loser. That was Visa. That was down close to around 4%. That's because Amazon said that they'll be stopping accepting payments via the Visa credit card in the United Kingdom effective January 2022. That's because they had gone ahead and increased the interchange fees between transactions between the EU as well as UK. So both MasterCard as well as Visa were down anything between 3 to around 4% odd. Yesterday we were telling you that retailers, well, they delivered a good set of numbers as well as the retail data looked quite good. But you had Target that ended with a cut of close to around 3.5 to around 4% odd. That's because the CEO said that yes, the past quarter's results were good, but the problem is input costs have spiked up and they may have to take some bit of that hit. So that's why the outlook doesn't look very, very good. But there were a couple of stocks that did do well. Tesla was down 15% last week. Well, it continues its bounce back. It was up in the overnight session, and Apple as well was up close to around 2% odd. So some of those IT-related stocks, they were relative outperformers. Post-market hours, you had a couple of results. NVIDIA, well, they came out with their set of numbers, and post-market it was higher. You had Cisco as well that was up in post-market hours, but there were a couple of losers as well in post-market. You know, these companies will be reacting to its numbers in today's session, but we're getting a sense in terms of the post-market reaction. Moving to the European markets, then, well, they ended a little bit mixed. The problem is that cases are rising. There are some restrictions that are coming about as well. So that's why that market is a little bit nervous. From the other asset classes, well, the dollar index, it went to around 96, but good news from an India perspective, it's cooled down a little bit. The gold continues to hover around the highest we've seen the last 5 months. And the good news is that, in fact, Brent crude prices as well have cooled from around $86 odd to around $80. Asian markets, well, there's trading in the red. But the SGX Nifty says last couple of days we've taken a bit of a knock. Today we're likely to open up a bit flattish. So let's see where we go from there. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much for putting all that on the table. SGX Nifty is actually a cat on the wall. It could be here or there. So let's see if after 2-3 days of market losing, the bulls are able to pick themselves up by the bootstraps.